Today is jam-packed with some new listings. Coinbase Pro listing 2 new coins. Pancake listing a hot new coin. What is going on with a Bitcoin ETF? And what does the Bank of England have to say about crypto? All that in this video. If you're new here, welcome. I'm the Crypto Homie. Definitely consider smacking that subscribe button if you have not already. Let's just get into it. Of course, we mentioned Verdado back at 5.9 cents here on September 28th when it first listed on Uniswap. We went live about it. You could have got it at 5.9 cents. Currently, the price of Verdado is 73 cents. It's up 42% in the last 24 hours. We mentioned yesterday that a little birdie said it may potentially be listed on Pancakeswap. And look at this, guys. Verdado is listing on Pancakeswap in less than an hour. Get your alarms set. So did you guys get on Verdado back when we first mentioned it back at around under 10 cents? Did you get in then? Or maybe you waited, you saw the big announcement that might happen. And guess what? 73 cents right now up. I mean, if you would have gotten when I first made that video, it was back around 30 cents, 35 cents when I mentioned the potential for a Pancakeswap listing. And guess what, guys? It's up over 100% since then. So definitely some nice gains. Congratulations. Do not be afraid to take some money off the table, guys. When things start going parabolic, do not be afraid. But if this thing would hit a centralized exchange, because currently it's only on 1inch and Uniswap, which of course is a decentralized exchange, so please keep that in mind. Interesting, it's 32 cents on 1inch. There must not be a lot of liquidity there. I should probably go check that out. But yeah, guys, it's not like on many exchanges, of course. It's only on DEXs as of now. But once it hits the SEX, it'll probably do very well. This is also part of the Cardano ecosystem, so it'll eventually be on Cardano as well. So keep that in mind. And yesterday, guys, we mentioned new coins on Coinbase Pro. Badger DAO currently up 10%, 35 bucks with a $366 million market cap. We went over where you could buy yesterday. Of course, Uniswap, the OG, Binance, Wabi Global. We went over it in yesterday's video and last night's live stream. We're live Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So put on those post notices. Are you guys going to get into some Badger? It's listing very, very soon, helping Bitcoin get into the DeFi space. Maybe you're just like, oh, Bitcoin is such a boomer coin. I don't want that. Why would I buy Badger? Let me know your thoughts about that down below. But of course, Rarible, we talked about Coinbase. They're getting into the NFT space. They're going to be creating a platform. Just like many people buy their first part of a Bitcoin on Coinbase, many people will be buying their first NFT on Coinbase. I definitely see that happening. It's going to be very, very interesting. But now they launched Rarible, which is an NFT platform. This is a token that allows governance and some other stuff, which I really don't understand why they need a token, because OpenSea is wonderful, and OpenSea doesn't have a token. So let me know your thoughts about that below. But of course, there's money to be made. We've seen this thing in the last day go from about 20 bucks to 27 bucks. Maybe some insiders, or as soon as it launched, people are ready just to buy. That's what it seems like. This thing has a $141 million market cap. It's pretty low right now, so that's awesome to see. It's not as low as, Yasmin, D&T, TRB, but it's still on the lower side for a Coinbase coin. And yeah, we're still waiting for Yasmin. What is going on there? Is that market cap correct? We really don't know. But I'm just being patient. I'm being patient with it. But Rarible, are you guys getting in on that? And do you guys actually use Rarible to buy NFTs, or do you guys use OpenSea? Just curious. Curious because I don't see the point of Rarible, but that's just my humble opinion. Heading over, of course, to the BTC price action, guys. We see BTC last night. We closed the live stream. BTC was making some moves, and yes, it did make some moves because after the stream, it ended up hitting 58,000 bucks, all the way up to $58,500. So it's pretty cool to see. We've talked about this resistance here for a little while. 1, 2, 3 days of resistance, getting resisted at that 57.8. We talked between 57.8 and 58.8. We want to see a breakthrough there. And like, why do I say that? First of all, we went to a higher time frame, but on the daily, you can see the first time we ever spiked up this high, we got rejected in this region. Actually, if you look at the wick, it's almost the exact number. Very, 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 very close. This was back in February. Of course, we broke through it then after a nice pullback here back in the beginning of March. So we got to get past this. This has to happen. I'm just being patient, guys. I do believe we will break through it. I don't see it just breaking through like this. I see something like, we're going to come up, play around, come back down, play around, break through, come up, test, and then somehow like break out. Something like that. Of course, not exactly like that, but I think there's going to be some issues. Then eventually we will go, breaking through resistance, hold the resistance as support, and then bounce off of it. And then, of course, break probably to all-time highs. I mean, we're getting really, really close. We're at 57,400 bucks right now. We're not that far away from $65,000. So keep that in mind, guys. But what is up with a Bitcoin ETF? What is going on there, guys? We see, it says from Eric Bolochus. I'm probably saying his name wrong. I apologize. Senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg. So it's ETF analyst. He says this new ETF from Valkyrie just updated their Bitcoin futures ETF. So which typically only happens when ducks are in a row ready for a launch. They added their ticker BTF, although no fee still. Can't say this is done deal type evidence, but a good sign in his opinion. Interesting, guys. I am by no means a ETF expert, but apparently this guy is. He's from Bloomberg, which is pretty interesting, saying that seems like ducks are in a row. We may be finally getting an ETF for Bitcoin. We've been wanting this in America for a long, long time, all throughout the bear market. It was, especially in the fall for whatever reason, we're going to have an ETF. We're going to have an ETF. So far, we have not had an ETF. Scrolling down, he says, people keep asking me what I'm looking for. First, to confirm SEC approval, and it is these types of updated filings. That's what happens right before a launch. They fill in all the XX and add ticker that said this is Bitcoin. So what the beep knows for sure. So of course, there's nothing that's guaranteed, but he's saying there's a high probability of this getting passed. Very, very interesting. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys even care if there's a Bitcoin ETF? Let me know what you think about that down below. But I think it will help other traditional finance company institutions. They want to get into Bitcoin. This definitely will help them get into it. I just hope it's a Bitcoin backed one. And I know it does say Bitcoin futures, but hopefully it's at least a Bitcoin futures backed in real Bitcoin, not the USD, because then it kind of like defeats the entire purpose of it being a ETF, in my humble opinion. And up next, what is going on? The Bank of England, they're just hating on crypto. This is from CNBC. It says crypto could cause 2008 level meltdown. Bank of England official warns. Scrolling down, it says the Bank of England Governor for Financial Stability, John, has warned that cryptocurrencies could spark a global financial crisis unless tough regulations are introduced. If you go and read the whole thing, guys, talk about some leverage trading. They're like, like this thing's terrible. Basically, guys, they have to hate on crypto. They have to hate on it. Why? Is they want a CBDC. What is a CBDC? It is a central bank digital currency. They will control everything you spend. I mean, currency right now is basically all digital. There's not much of like physical cash out there. If I'm not mistaken, the last I checked the numbers, it's about a 3% physical cash, 97% digital, and I'm sure that actually thing is dropping right there. So when it comes to the Bank of England, of course they're going to hate on it. Of course that's going to happen. They're going to say this is going to cause the next subprime mortgage market, and like in 2008, it went from 16 billion 5 years ago to 2.3 trillion today to 1.2 trillion back down. Guys, this is crypto. This is a new asset class. A new asset class. This doesn't happen every day. Doesn't happen every decade. I mean, look at gold. It has a 10 or 11 trillion dollar market cap. Crypto is a baby. Bitcoin's still a baby. It's still just growing. People believe Bitcoin can hit the same market cap as gold. It has a $1 trillion market cap right now. Gold has about 10 or 11 times the market cap of Bitcoin. So there's a lot of room to grow. I get it though. There are a lot of bad actors in this space. There's also a lot of scams. I do get that. But if you do your research, you do your due diligence, you have proper risk management, you have an entry strategy and exit strategy, you will do just fine, in my humble opinion. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a silly dude on the internet. But please look at these articles. This right here is a buy signal, in my humble opinion. I'm not telling you to buy, but I'm just saying they're saying it's bad. Well, behind closed doors, they're probably loading up on some Bitcoin so then they can sell it to their customers in the future at what? At a higher price. That is totally what I'm expecting them to do, guys. What do you guys think about the Bank of England saying this? Let me know your comments down below. And I know that this video is jam-packed, guys. A new listing on Coinbase Pro, Badger, Rarible. We talked about Verdado, guys. Once again, it's listed on Pancakeswap. Wouldn't be surprised to see more of a pump, but this could be a buy the rumor, smell the news. So please keep that in mind. I'll catch you guys tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday. We're live. Put on those post notice. And by the way, guys, real quick, we're almost at 20,000 homies. I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in. Definitely smack the subscribe button if you're new here. Smack the like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you guys want to support the channel, check out the links below. And until next time, guys, may the gains be with you.